Welcome back to another video. Today I will be talking about certain famous and valuable comics to look out for if you happen to come across them at any point. I will be giving you comics from every age except the Platinum Age, the 1890s to early 1930s, and the Modern Age, the 1990s to present day. The comics will be from both Marvel and DC and will feature first appearances, milestones, and some comics which may simply have an aesthetic appeal. Batman Issue 1 was the spring issue of 1940 and the first comic book devoted to Batman and his fight against evil. This is a hugely important issue as it is the first appearance of both Catwoman and the Joker, the latter of whom is widely known as the greatest enemy Batman has ever battled. This comic is exceptionally rare and has a high monetary value, especially in good condition. The Amazing Spider-Man Issue 129 of February 1974 is the first appearance of the Punisher, an assassin for hire that is a weapons expert and a popular villain. This comic book has a cover that appeals to many collectors and is relatively easy to find compared to many other first appearances. In light of the new Punisher TV series, this character may also begin to gain some more popularity. Action Comics number 1 of 1938 is the first appearance of Superman and the first appearance of any superhero ever. Needless to say, this comic is extremely rare and one of the most famous comics of all time. Amazing Spider-Man 122 has many significant elements, such as the fact that Gwen Stacy, a friend of Spider-Man, is killed, and, swearing revenge, Spider-Man inadvertently kills the Green Goblin, who was stabbed by his glider. This entire scene is illustrated in the original Spider-Man movie from 2002. This comic book has some very essential story elements of the Spider-Man story arc, and the cover art is also very appealing, as you can see from the background photo. Batman 121 is the first appearance of Mr. Freeze, who, at the time, was known as Mr. Zero. Once again, the cover art of this comic is very appealing, and Mr. Zero is on the cover of the comic, which is uncommon for first appearances. This is an early Batman comic, as you can see from the bat covering the title, a design that is no longer in circulation. This comic, Iron Fist 14, is the first appearance of the villain Sabretooth. However, this is not the only reason that this comic should be considered valuable. This book is one of very few to have multiple prices issued by Marvel. The 30-cent variant of this book is relatively easy to find, but the 35-cent version was only published for a short time. This means that the 35-cent version is very rare and exceptionally valuable. The value of the 35-cent book is significantly higher than that of the 30-cent book for this reason. These are rather rare comics. However, these are first appearances of minor characters that are somewhat more common. As these characters may be unknown to you, I will provide a picture of the character with each comic shown. Marvel Spotlight 5 is the first appearance of the character known as Ghost Rider. This character is typically shown as a man with a flaming skull head who rides a motorcycle. He is a relatively recent character, seeing as he was conceived in August of 1972. He was the star of his own movie, which was made in 2007. Submariner 19 is an issue from the Silver Age that is the first appearance of the Stingray, who is one of the Submariner's arch-rivals and a dangerous enemy. Strangely, this character eventually became part of the Avengers. This is mainly due to the fact that the Stingray was often forced to attack the Avengers and did so reluctantly until he was recruited by the team he was forced to fight. This issue, Green Lantern 29, is the first appearance of Black Hand. Black Hand created a device that could absorb the residue of a Green Lantern's ring. This device would allow Hand to use the power for himself. This is a picture from a 1980s Who's Who comic. Hand became one of the Green Lantern's most dangerous adversaries, but is not very well known. During the modern age of comics, Black Hand became the first Black Lantern and the leader of this faction of Lanterns. The Black Lanterns are essentially a faction of dead Lanterns from all the other factions that have been resurrected. Secret Wars number 8 contains the first appearance of Spider-Man in his black Venom suit. This is a significant event as the Venom suit was shown in Spider-Man 3 and amplifies Spider-Man's strength and agility. Secret Wars was an exclusive 12-issue series, and so, owning the entire series is very rare and all 12 issues can be sold for a large sum. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe, like, and enable notifications for more comic book videos and content. And, if you happen to own any of these comics, you have something very special. Make sure to take care of your issue and, if possible, get it slabbed, as many collectors call it. Slabbing is essentially just going to a professional grading service and paying a small fee to get the comic graded for condition and then placed in a special plastic board. Slabbing can increase the value of a comic by a large sum and also helps preserve the comic. Once again, thanks for watching, like and subscribe for more comic content.